Hello everyone, my name is Griff, and today we're going to be going over the Rage of Chthoni's event so far, as well as all of the news that dropped at Reset, because there was a whole lot. So, to answer the title of this video, because I already know what's going to be, and to sort of talk about this event at first, because I feel like the event is more important than everything else in the grand scheme of things. There was a lot of debate this week whether what the free unit of this event would be. And if we look at the event perks and we look at the help hint here, you notice that there isn't one. There's no friendship gauge here. We have Vanya here, but there's no friendship gauge. There's nothing even close to it. And if we look at the event perks, you'll see that when we go to the character perks, there's perks for the main story cast and Vanya. And the perks that would usually be on a free unit are actually on Vanya this time. So you may be wondering, what is the point of this event? What are we actually grinding for? And if you go to the gold and you go all the way down to the bottom, you'll see at 5,000 points, Spring 2021 Dream Summon Voucher. A voucher that can be exchanged for a dragon or an adventurer of your choosing that you have not befriended from the available section. So yes, the grindable bonus for this event is in fact any 5-star in this liner voucher pool that you want. And I'll quickly go over it. There's a lot of them here. Essentially, it is every character in the game that is not limited, that is not a collab character, that is from before June 2020, which is actually right about when I started the event. I believe that it actually goes straight up right before Nadine and Linnea's United Front, which was the event that I first covered on this channel. So any unit that comes out before then, that is non-limited, that is non-collab, the non-gala obviously, is in this pool. There's a lot of units to get, there's a lot of dragons to get. I'm sure someone has someone missing from this list, and if they don't, they have some dragon that they would like. But this is probably the most interesting part of this event for me personally, because I told myself that I wouldn't think that they would do anything like this, because I thought that, I thought we wouldn't be getting anything free at all for this event because of the nature of the event itself. And I thought that they would just kind of just go over it, kind of just show us what they were going to do, and we wouldn't get any free things from this event. And I didn't think it was really going to be worth it, because I thought, they're taking away free resources from people if they don't give us a free character in this event. Turns out they're doing something completely different, giving you a free Gala character within certain limitations, obviously. Now, I personally, I'm very excited that they're doing this for a single time, but this feels to me like a special case. So I'm not expecting future raid events or other things to happen in the future where we'll get this every time. I still think we'll get exclusive 5-star raid characters that we can 50 MC, that we can do all this other stuff with. It's going to be super interesting to see what they do in the future. But this raid event is structured in a very different way due to the fact that there is no free character and due to the fact that you're really grinding for 5,000 points. So there is a lot more to this event than meets the eye in the general sense of what happens in a normal raid event. However, it is pretty interesting to see what they've done, and it's interesting to see how many things they've just announced today at all. Now, just to strictly go over the things that are on here, before I get into any of this, I do want to say that I will be making a video specifically going over who to dream summon. So don't worry about who you think you should dream summon. Don't worry about if you're confused about the units that are available. I will make an entire video going over every unit that is available through the dream summon and my personal opinion on them and their value and who I think is the most valuable in the game. Now, obviously take that with a grain of salt. Whoever is more valuable for your account, whoever you want, you should just go for it. But let's get into some of the news, and we're going to go straight down to the bottom here. They have the official version update, which is now out and done. So if you go to your goodie box, you'll see at the very bottom, you'll notice that there are some Gala Elisande convictions. There is a free 10-fold voucher and a free single summon that I believe are both from this update. And actually, the biggest part of this update for me personally is that if you go into the event as it is, and you look at the standard boss battle, which is usually where you would fight to get the Otherworld fragments, you'll notice that they are 7 stamina and 2 stamina, instead of usually 5 and 15, respectively. And then if you go down to something like a Void Battle, you know, you go to, let's look at Chimera Strike. Chimera Strike is 18 for Expert and 12 for Standard. Pretty crazy, because originally it was 30 for Expert and 25 for Standard, I believe. May have been a little bit different, but it was somewhere around there. But then you look at the Agito, and like they said with the Agito, these are the exact same. So it's pretty cool that they have standardized the amount of stamina they're using and really lowered it across the board. Even things like story quests, if you're going to grind for essences, you know, if I go to look at the Gala Elisande essences, you notice it's only 11 stamina, where usually it was 19. So this is changing going forward. All the amounts of stamina are going forward are being changed. You can see them, except for the ones that they specifically mentioned that are not going to be changed. So it's pretty cool to see. And a lot of things that I didn't expect to have a major change actually do. For example, we're going to go over it later, but Thor's Trial is back on focus. And if you go to Thor's Trial, you can see that it now only costs 24 stamina. So it is a decent change. And it is an amount that would definitely increase the amount of value in a honey, because you're just getting more quests from it. So pretty interesting to see that. Additionally, they have 2 skill upgrades, which we have Halloween Mouse Up, which basically just changes the attack. I believe the word reviving in game is changed. Yeah. Upon revival, I don't think this actually changes anything, but even if it does, I don't think it really matters that much in the long run. I haven't read this yet, so I don't know. The word reviving section in the in-game help and description of Halloween Mesa abilities on the Endurance of Dead, Endurance of 2 will be adjusted in-game data update. This will change only in tests. Neither the amount of HP upon revival nor the effects will change. Pretty normal. Then we have Gala Elisande, which, see, this is what it was. Okay, so essentially, Gala Elisande's Divine Oath would trigger Strength double buff, which was huge because obviously she was triggering Strength double buff, which means she was getting a bunch of buffs. They changed it so that she just straight up does not trigger Strength double buff at all. And as a goodwill gesture, with some players who unlocked Elisande Notice Barrels, the materials they use to unlock her, excluding convictions. So you won't get your convictions back, but you get everything else, and then you'll get 300 more mites who started playing before that date. So it actually isn't addressed yet. It's going to be addressed in the middle of next month. Pretty interesting that they're waiting that long. That's probably going to be the next version update if I had to guess. A little bit of a teaser. But nothing too big there. You know, it's just basic information that they're saying, hey, this is something that we saw that was a bit overtuned. We're going to turn it down now. I don't think it's going to matter that much, especially due to Nihility existing. Nihility already cancels out double buff, so it's more of this. It's a nerf and things outside of that, but I really don't think it matters that much in the long run. And I noticed that I am not on Do Not Disturb. I'm very quickly going to turn that on. There we go. Anyway, oh, sound went up. Anyway, back to normal. Event information. As far as I'm concerned, this is just talking about the normal stuff that would happen with any event. Flame-attuned adventures, wind-tuned adventures, shadow-tuned adventures, Imperial Onslaught Water, double drops on certain main. Double drops and half stamina actually on certain main campaign quests. Avenue to Fortune double drops, Avenue to Power double drops. Special adventure upgrades the event will need in each element. For the following, will make it easier to upgrade adventures in every element, which will be live during the duration. Drop rewards you obtain for Elemental Ruin, Dragon Trials, and Imperial Onslaught. And then, you know, double drops for the main campaign and Agito actually half stamina for Advanced Dragon Trials and Agito Uprising. That's pretty good. It's not coming until the 30th, but it is for 10 whole days. That's pretty good. Half Gather Wings for Advanced Dragon Trials and the Agito. So basically, there is going to be another double drop event that is going to correspond with these half stamina and half winged event. Pretty good. All in all, you know, this is basic stuff that we see every time there is, so it's sort of like semi-collab, semi-special event in the game. And it is actually Golden Week. If you don't know, Golden Week is essentially it's not a holiday, but it's a week where people are, you know, Gacha Games celebrate it in a sense that they do a lot of big events and they have a lot of big promotion for this time. This year it is Vania. Last 2 years it was Fire Emblem, but this year it's Vania. Then the next things are the 2 new worm prints that were added. Now this one is Wind Critical Rate buff, going all the way up to 14%. It's called Bloody Little Queen, and this is actually the art from the login bonus, which we'll go over, and Advent of the War God, which is Wind Flurry Devastation. So two pretty strong wind prints. I'm going to pick them up because I feel like you should have every worm print in the game at this point. They're pretty cheap to get at least one copy of at this point, and the keys are pretty easy to get. Additionally, using these prints could be especially beneficial in something like Legend Ciela or any other wind fights that are coming up, like the new Sinister Dominion. So it could be interesting to see what the implications of those will be. I don't have full clarity on what the implications of those will be, so it will be pretty interesting to see what will happen with those. But I will pick them up. I suggest you do the same. They aren't limited. They are staying around as far as I can tell. It doesn't say that they're limiting or that they'll be going away at any point. And so if you don't want them now, yeah, after the period is over, you'll still be able to trade for the new worm prints in the various rating tabs. So, rarity tab, rather. So, all in all, you know, if you don't want it now, you can get it at a later point. Then there is a login bonus for the Rage of Chthonius, which does feature the art from Bloody Little Queen. Fairly normal login bonus, what we've seen from like the Onslaught events recently, you know, rupees, 400 Wormite, rainbow orbs, bless Eson ashes, and honey, and at the last day a champion testament. Pretty neutral, pretty normal. And then we have the Rage of Chthonius event, which I will go over at the end of the video, and I will do a little playthrough of a special quest that's in there. Then we have Thor's Trial. It's now available. No mention of what's next, and also no change to the available units. So the weapon types, which I expected to change in the future to kind of be mixed up, to every time they were rerun would be changed, they actually aren't. So it's the exact same as last time. So if you have a team that you used last time, you can just use it this time. No real difference there. And it does actually appear that they are going to be running this monthly bonus of the Clear 30 Trials of the Mighty every month. So every month when it comes around, you will actually be able to get a free tenfold from doing 30 Trials of the Mighty. And if you want, you can actually just crack that out today. I wouldn't, because you're going to end up doing a lot of quests over time anyway. So there's no real rush there. Then we have Golden Week Celebration, which is going over some of the special events. So, for example, Galadriel is here. Free daily single summons, rather, which I already did mine. I got an Ether Imp, I'm pretty sure. Nothing really too important. A Dream Summon Special is coming up. A Dream Summon Special will be available in the starting on the 30th. I don't know if this is going to be different from the ticket one or the same as the ticket one. I bought enough Wormite to do the Dream Summon, thinking that they wouldn't ever give out a free one, but they did. And the number one character that I'm telling you right now, the character I'm going to end up picking from the free one is going to be Belina. She's a dagger. I'm a dagger main. She will complete my collection of all the daggers in the game, including collab and limited characters. She's the one I'm picking. But as far as the other Dream Summon, I don't know what I would pick, because my original thought was I'd pick Vania. But Vania clearly won't be on that free summon because it's happening at the same time of her banner. So, actually, is it? Maybe it's right after, but even so, they wouldn't put her on that quickly. Yeah, it's happening during her banner. So, even if she was there, I don't think, even if it wasn't during her banner, even if it was like the next week or so, she probably still wouldn't be there. So all in all, I'm not too concerned with it. I'm going to see what they have, but I'll probably wait till the next time, because what I would have Dream Summoned, I'm just going to Dream Summon with this free ticket. Maybe. We'll have to see what I think at the end. A Platinum Showcase is coming. Fame 2 to 5-star guaranteed. I literally wouldn't do this, because I think my presumption to me with what the information, and we'll go over this, I haven't checked it yet, but I'm telling you before we check it, my presumption is it's going to be the same as every other time, where it guarantees any 5-star in the permanent flame pool. To my knowledge, the only one that would be missing from that is Child Ronzel. That wouldn't be in a Dream Summon. So if you're going to spend a tenfold, you should just spend it on the Dream Summon, which is happening at the same time, and pick your flame character. Presumably, that's what I'm assuming, but we'll have to check to see when the date's actually out, go over the entire thing. Then, Rage of Chthonius is the event for Golden Week. And then there's the bonus that we already went over. Golden Week upgrades are here, which we already went over. Ascent to Eminence is returning on the 3rd. This is an event that gives you a bunch of rupees and a bunch of drops for things like Avenue to Power, Avenue to Fortune. Pretty good. I'll make a video going over it. It's super beneficial to grind this out, especially with the reduced honey cost. I'm presuming that will be there. So, seems to be good. And then lastly, we have the Galadriel that is now live and announcing the Platinum Showcase. So, the Platinum Showcase is a limited showcase. Get a closer look at some of the flame-tuned vouchers out of below. Yeah, so seemingly it seems to just be all flame-attuned 5 stars will be on focus, and there won't be a specific one you can choose. The Dream Summon, you can choose one. Plain and simple. And especially since we're having a free 5-star summon through the Dream Summon through the event, you know, it's just less value to go for the Platinum Showcase, in my opinion. You can go for wherever you want. If you really want to risk it and try to go for Chad Ronzo instead of another 5-star character, go for it. But I personally would never do that. We have the Galadriel. A little bit of mixed feedback in my last video for people saying that I should have waited to completely go over the units and wait for more in-depth analysis to come out through gameplay. You know, it's whatever. I made the video a day before. I'll always make a video going over my impressions of the banner pre-launch, and then after I'll give my impressions after. I haven't seen too much on either of these units, much so swaying either way, positively or negatively. I know for a fact Vanya's use has been cleared. The what's it called? I don't know if she's been used to clear the endgame Agito fight for Shadow Master Cayenne, but I believe she's been used for Mordecai's Reckoning. But I don't actually know where the teams are, so maybe she was used for Cayenne. I don't know. I saw a post on Reddit about it. But all in all, I would still wait. If you're really considering summoning, obviously wait until all your single summons are done, and then you can, by that time, there will be more in-depth analysis on other channels, on other forums. You can check Reddit, check Discord, all that good stuff. So now, let's get into the event as it is, and I will actually play through Roar of the Mad Cyclone. Now, this is a quest that you can get a voucher for daily, and I believe that this is going to be where you get most of your gold points, because my understanding is that there is no EX on this raid, or rather you get EX crystals from this quest. So, because essentially I believe people were saying that if you look at the bonuses for the normal expert, yeah, there is no EX here. And if we look at the bonuses for this clear, there is no EX here either. So maybe this is just what drops most events and you get one a day. Probably to limit the amount of people that are playing so that it's harder to get to 5,000. But honestly, doesn't really matter that much to me personally. All in all, the event story was pretty cute. It deals with Vanya coming in and Melinda, which is actually Chronos, coming in. And they kind of have this back and forth where people are fearing Vanya, and Vanya's kind of sassy to the prince, and it's like, oh, you're my bloodkin now. That means you're my servant. And essentially, Chronos ends up betraying them. And when that happens, the group is wished away into this battle because they're trying to defend Vanya. And Grimir shows up. And Grimir probably is my favorite character from this event because of the way he talks. He talks in a very matter-of-fact way and kind of like a joking way. And then he gets called out on it, and then he like starts like panicking. He's like, oh, like I'll make a joke and people won't laugh. And he'd be like, seriously, you're not laughing? I worked so hard on that joke. Yeah. Yeah, you can see here we got 200 gold from that. So this will probably be where you get most of your gold. You get at least one of these a day, maybe more. And then Nightmare is going to unlock on the 3rd, which is when her banner ends. That's when Grimir comes out. I'm expecting Grimir to have a bonus similar to Vanya. It says Vanya's event perks, but I'm similar. I'm assuming Grimir will have a similar one. I'm assuming by everything that's mentioned in him, Grimir will be a Wind Lance. So if that interests you, you can go for it. But all in all, I really like this event. I like what they're doing. I like the shake-up to the formula in this case, but I hope it's not permanent, because if I'm being honest, unless they're constantly rotating out the pool, I could see this being a thing that they do maybe once or twice a year, where they give us a free a free Dream Summon rather, and through that, you're able to get a character. But all in all, I really do like the exclusive characters from raid events. I really like their uniqueness and how they're used and the free playability of them, and the fact that you get a free 50 MC character. You know, you look at Human Midgard Stormer. Human Midgard Stormer is one of the best free characters we've ever gotten in terms of what he's able to do. He's a Stormlash enabler, he's a dragon ramping character, he does all these cool things, and he's a cool Lord character. So I really do hope that they don't just straight up replace this format with giving out free characters, but if they do, I won't complain. You know, I don't have all the characters in this pool. I'm missing a lot, and if they expand the pool even more, I'm going to be able to get even more. So it will be interesting to see what they do. But that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.